So I just wanted to run through with you. A couple of weeks ago, when England started in the Euros, I brought out my own version of the Ronnie rig, which I like to call the Jude Rig, and it done the business down here for me. So what I'd like to do is go through and make that rig for you. I did show a video a couple of weeks ago of it in the water, but I'd like to just now go through and show you how to make the Jude Rig that done the business for me here. The Jude Rig, it's on a fluorocarbon hook link, and I've been using the One More Cast 20-pound fluorocarbon stiff hook link. So I want to take a length of that, don't be shy, and now the quarter crimps. These are the 0.5mm ones. Okay, put one crimp on there like that. So once you've got your crimp on one side of the fluorocarbon, we then need to go ahead and get one of our spinner swivels. Now this is where mine changes a little bit. I felt like I needed to kind of refine it. As it was, I felt it was too big and cumbersome, popped up off the deck. So what I've done is just taken that O-ring swivel off there, and it does shorten it down quite a bit. It only seems like a little bit, but when you see it in the water, it does make quite a difference. And like I say, it's the thing that done the business for me here. So thread that on through the eye and then back through the crimp. Now you don't have to leave a big loop there, but I'll tidy it all up in a minute and you'll see how. So I want to leave a bit of room there to give it a bit of play. But what I do want to do is nail it to the bottom, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. So just attach that crimp on there, like so. Just crimp all nice and neat. And then what I take is a tungsten oval bead, and this is where I find it comes into its own, because these tungsten oval beads, stick it to the deck and tuck that crimp inside that oval bead. That oval tungsten bead, and that gives it a lovely neat finish and keeps it on the deck. While still giving plenty of room for the bait to spin and work its magic. Okay, so on the other end, another swivel. I will just put one of these on first. I do like these because most of the time I'm fishing at sort of mid to long range, and I find these anti-tangle sleeves, the long ones, just a bit better, a bit more confidence in that they're going to lie right and not tangle on the cast at distance. There's nothing worse than sitting bankside, second guessing yourself, thinking, oh God, is it presented well, isn't it presented well? Take that out of the equation, best way. And then add your crimp onto there. Now, you can play about with how long you want it. I would say I'll probably do that about, I don't know, 8 inches, 7 to 8 inches maybe. So that's about perfect. You know, and this is what carp fishing is all about. It's about reinventing things and tweaking stuff that's already out there. Pretty much all the rigs that are out there now have been reinvented or tweaked at one stage or another. And it's about finding what works for you and your style of fishing as well. Okay, that's that done. Now we get onto the hook. Recently I've been favouring the claw hooks. They're a fantastic hook and they give it an ever such aggressive hold, especially when used in this system. So take your hook and take a little bit of shrink tube. I like to measure on there exactly how far I want it up. Okay, so take your hook, slide your bit of shrink tube up there, just thread it round till you get to the eye and slip that on, and then come back down with it. So at the moment that's how it looks before it's shrunk. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just shrink that on. I will sort of give it a bit more of an angle just to make that hook hold even more aggressive. One tip to remember is when you're using the shrink tube, don't heat shrink the very end of it, because that then stops the little swing wriggle from going over it, saves you having to use another shank stopper. Okay, so once you've heat shrunk it, that's how it looks, and that's how it will sit off the bottom. You see, it's not as high as the normal ones, which is what I wanted. It's a bit closer to the deck, and that tungsten bead just keeps it absolutely pinned down. So next what you want is your little flexi hook swivel. Okay, put that on, and you can see why I said about not heat shrinking the very end of it, just so it stops. Okay, so get your little shank stop, tease it on. Can be a little bit fiddly, but they will go, especially when you've got such a aggressive hook as the claw hook. There she goes. And then I just want to stop it on that bend there. Okay, so that's how it would sit in the water. Lovely aggressive hook hold, and like I say, it's what done the business for me. So there it is. There's the Jude Rig. It managed to snare me a carp in a very, very difficult water that's had lots of carp in it, but they're easily spooked, not really used to bait at all. Like I say, they're more preoccupied with naturals, but that's what done the business for me. Give it a go, the Jude Rig.